I'm going to be reacting to the UFC subreddit. So I'm Jordan Does UFC. I do UFC, not physically, but I talk about it on TikTok and stuff. And now I'm here over on YouTube doing YouTube videos. This is my first one. I have no idea what I'm doing, and my chair is broken, so you might see me slightly lower during the course of this video, and I need to look here and not the fucking screen. Right, let's do it. Right. Yeah, no one cares about Curtis Blades. Jones is cooked. Yeah, this is... So they made a petition to strip John Jones of the heavyweight title. There we go. And it's on 72,000 signatures so far. That is ridiculous. This division, this needs to happen. This division has been stagnant for so long. And we've got up-and-coming stars like Tom Aspinall, who's so big here in the UK. Let's just get this division moving. Nobody cares about John Jones anymore. In fact, how do I sign it? Right, so that's that done. Brilliant. Brilliant. Even on Reddit, they're taking the mick out of my hairline. It ain't that bad. Nah, it's bad. Nah, it's bad. It's so bad. This is a promote. What? Oh, I cannot even escape the hairline stuff. Moving on. Blachowicz John Jones. He ran away when I was at my best in the light heavyweight division. I could not disagree with that statement more. John Jones would have destroyed Jan Blachowicz. We're moving on. I feel like a lot of this is going to be John Jones themed. What's this? I truly believe this size up was the moment John decided he wasn't going to fight him. The size difference between the two is actually nuts. This doesn't look like much, but trust me, in person, this would be a crazy height difference. Some highlights from Dan Hooker's 1-minute scrap tournament hosted in his backyard, featuring KO's Dan's elderly neighbours, a 360-pound fighter, a gang member, brawling into a bush and more. Right, we gotta watch this. Let's move back. Whoa! Hey! Whoa! Whoa! That was a nice... What's that? Nah, I don't want to get involved. I wouldn't want to get involved either. That was a cracking shot. Could you imagine that? No, what have I done? Could you imagine just peering over your fence and Dan Hooker's there with a group of people just... That's crazy. Can we just get back to the fight? Yeah, these are big boys. Oh my God, look at the size of him. This is not fair, Hooker. Dan, why are you allowing these matchups, man? Jesus. Yeah, ref, stop the fight, mate. He's not interested. He don't want to be there. What the... How's he ended up... How has he ended up on the floor in this instance? That is crazy. That is crazy. I'm going to come back to that at some point. I think I should do a video just based on this, because that's funny. Brilliant. They even made one for Dana White. What? Dana White... A petition for Uncle Dana White to step down as UFC CEO. 3,200 signatures. No, he doesn't need to step down. He needs to step up as UFC president. This guy is doing my head in. Just get in there and promote. Mozart Evelev signed it. That can't be actually him. That would be crazy. That's one way to never get your title shot, is to sign that kind of petition. He just needs to step up and stop worrying about this boxing stuff. Dana White doesn't need money, and he doesn't need like fame, clout, popularity, anything. He's got all that. So just focus on your baby. You built this from nothing. Keep growing, keep building, and make it something insane. I don't want to be that guy, but DC would have fought Aspinall if he had the belt. Yeah, nah, he would have done. He would have done. And to be fair, DC probably would have won. I would say it. DC probably would have won. Fuck the UFC and fuck Dana for entertaining this shit. Shut your mouth and do as you're told. Yeah. How about you shut your mouth and do as you're told? Because they're apparently, allegedly, telling Jones to fight Aspinall and he won't fight him. Tom is doing as he's told. Bearing in mind, Tom is literally like, yes, I will fight anytime, anywhere, any place, any person. He doesn't even want it to be John. And the UFC had taken to John fight Tom, and he's like, I'm busy. I'm busy. I'll be right back. I'm retired, actually. Yeah, all right, mate. Oh my God, look who's just signed. Hey guys, have you seen my petition? Yeah, no, that's not funny. I see what... Nah, moving on. Oi, Paddy takes a stance in it. What? Paddy Pimblett defends Islam Makhachev. If you're making Islam vacate, John Jones needs to be stripped. Yeah, fact. If you're making Islam vacate after 4 defences and fighting people on short notice, you should let him try and be double champ. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. You can't argue with that. I mean, I know what he's doing. He wants Islam to move up so he don't have to fight him. I would do the same. I'd be like, yeah, you go up, mate. You go have a great time up there. Do you know what? Stay there. I'll stay here. Because Paddy could beat most of the people in the top 10. And he probably will. He doesn't beat Islam. Nope. Not a chance. I'm starting to like the internet again. What the fuck is this? I can't... Count your days, John Jones. The octagon is tapping to you. Oh, that's brilliant. Hey, what? Oh, yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, do you know what? Upvote. Yeah, there we go. That's the first time I've ever upvoted anything on this page on Reddit. Brock Lesnar's daughter Maya wins 4th title. What? What? Shot put. If I speak, I'm in big trouble. Finding a good camera angle of Tapir. Yeah, we don't need to watch that. 1 eye, 2 knee replacements, and ruined nose, and daily pain. Michael Johnson shares the cost of pursuing greatness. Yeah, do you know what? I watched the clip where he's like, I can't remember exactly what he said, but like he said to someone like, if you dealt with half the things I deal with on a day-to-day, like you wouldn't be able to. I mean, that's a beautiful face. Look at that, man. Look at the sweat. That's crazy. That could never be me. That's why I sit here and over there to make my videos, and I don't physically go fight people. New development? No. No. Like, no. But no. Yeah, we move on from that. What's your worst MMA fight in your opinion? Hey, that's actually that's a good little kind of subreddit in itself. What are people saying? Come on, we know it's for. What? I don't know what you're talking about. Rosa and Carla was really bad, like watching a video game with both controllers disconnected. That was he's talking about Carla Esparza. I watched that fight live. I don't pay for fight night or for like pay-per-views because I'm in the UK. You have a subscription and you kind of get it all, most of it for free. I felt robbed. After watching that fight. I'd have Francis versus Lewis. That is a terrible fight. Like, wow. You thought a guy who hits as hard as Francis and as hard as Lewis do, they would go at each other. That fight was awful. Don't watch it. Actually, no, do. Ruin your life like I did. Still can't believe the UFC tried to murder Nate. The fact that this was even an idea in somebody's mind, let alone get to a point of signing the contract, announcing it, and getting to a press conference. I can't exactly remember the whole story, but like I know the UFC were upset with Nate in some way, shape, or form, so they'd done this to try and retire him. But this is awful. I'm so glad this didn't happen. I can't actually remember why this didn't happen. Was this when like Kevin Holland and Hamzat had beef behind stage or something, so they just cancelled or they just rejigged the most event. He ended up fighting Tony Ferguson. Whoever came up with this idea should be fired. Who you got? Do you know what? Let's end this video. I have no idea how long it's going to be. I've still got to edit this thing yet. Let's end this on a 3-way prediction. Charles Oliveira versus Ilia Topuria. Now, that is a stone cold put the house on Ilia Topuria. Don't be surprised if Ilia gets a submission here just to prove a point. Because he started the majority of his career in the UFC submitting people, then just decided, you know what, I'm going to just start knocking people out. So just to prove a point that he can do it, I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to submit Charles. And if that stops working, he will just bang him. I could see this fight ending in round 1, if I'm being perfectly honest. I mean, Oliveira has been dropped by, like, everyone, pretty much. So that's not going to go well. Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier. This is a really tough fight. I mean, I want Max to win so he can continue with the BMF belt. Because if Poirier wins, he takes the BMF belt and he retires with it. And then we're going to have this whole malarkey again. It might give the opportunity for the BMF belt to move up a weight class, see it in like light heavyweight or middleweight. I don't know who, but you know what I mean. I can't see Dustin Poirier A, losing his retirement fight, B, losing to a guy he's beat twice before, and C, losing in his hometown of New Orleans. Yeah, I think Dustin Poirier wins out by decision. I just hope the chin of Max Holloway isn't cooked. I mean, he was very good in his last fight. Who was that again? Oh my God. That's embarrassing. I remember seeing him last time out and I was like, yeah, the chin ain't gone. That's pretty impressive. Well, clearly I'm full of it and I'm thinking of someone else because his last fight was Ilia Topuria. I'm thinking of Volkanovski. Damn. I look like an idiot now. Well, let's just hope the chin of Max Holloway isn't cooked, because if it is, then we could see Dustin Poirier finish him. If not, I reckon Poirier wins this via decision. Dricus du Plessis versus Khamzat Chimaev is a problem for me for one reason. And now I've just seen that video of like 20 man trying to take down DDP and was unsuccessful. I can see a world where DDP wins this by knockout. He's just got that plot armor. He's just got that little bit of luck. Or he like submits him. I could see him submitting him in a weird way. Both 31 in Chicago. Khamzat is a beast, but he's a round one beast. If DDP can survive round one, but then surely Khamzat's going to be prepared to have this fight go longer than round one. Look, I'm going to say DDP by finish. I don't know what finish. I'm really sorry. I'm looking here, which is like my screen, but I need to look here, which is the camera. It is my first YouTube video. Give me a break. If you could do me a massive favor, like, comment, subscribe, do all that malarkey. I love you all so much. Thank you for 21,000 over on TikTok. Thank you for 8,000 over on Instagram. Hopefully we can grow this YouTube as well. And who knows where this will go? Who knows what we're going to end up doing? I'm Jordan Does UFC. This has been my first YouTube video. I love you. Do I say that? I don't know. Here we are. See ya.